It's that time of year. The selections have been made. The bracket is now set. What else do you want to do?
I mean, look, Joe, I think that we need to take a deep dive here, right, into our teams. Let's find out from our team directors what they think about their programs, what they believe their chances are coming up in the 2020 FBU National Championship.
I agree. So let's do this. Let's go behind the bracket.
I'm here with South Florida Team Director Travis Mizell. Travis, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. And yourself? How's everything?
Hey, things are fantastic. We're looking forward to the 10th anniversary of the 2020 FBU National Championship. Travis, you are fortunate enough to be the team director in an area that has just an absolute hotbed of talent in South Florida. How are things going this year in regards to building your teams? How did the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams look for South Florida this season?
We're looking really, really good. I mean, in all honesty, it's been a challenge because we are also a hot spot as far as COVID was concerned. Mm-hmm. So trying to get a start and trying to find, not knowing what was going to happen, it was kind of rough in the beginning. But, we kind of settled in at a nice location where we can practice and get some good work in after everything opened back up. So now we're ready to rock and roll.
Well, the 10th anniversary certainly has presented a unique challenge with COVID-19. I know that a lot of our teams across the country, much like yours, are dealing with a unique situation, having to alter their tryouts, finding creative ways to practice and put their teams together. Sounds like you've been able to do that. And from these tryouts and while you've been putting your teams together, are there a few players that maybe come to mind as key guys for us to watch playing in this tournament?
Definitely. We're fielding 4 teams. So we're doing the 10U All-Americans. We're doing the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Now, we wasn't involved in it last year, in the tournament last year, for whatever reason, but now we're back this year. And so the one thing that I would say is the last time we did it, my son played on the 6th grade team and they won a national championship. There was co-national championships with the team out of Georgia. So, so he's in the 7th grade team this year. He was in 5th grade at that time. So he played up. So he's on the 7th grade team. That's Travion Mizell. And in that year, he led the team in interceptions and he had a couple of pick sixes and took him back to the house. So the 7th grade team, he's one to watch. We got a couple of studs at wide receiver. I'm talking about legitimate 6 foot, like Megatron type cats. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're going to really do well in that level. And now the 8th grade team, which is the returning national championship team from the 6th grade team, we got Nao Yapur, which is a stud quarterback. He's playing varsity right now as an 8th grader at Champagnat Catholic. And we got his teammate, which is Jack Sawyer, stud wide receiver, tight end, H-back type cat. We got a nice running back in King Davis for the 8th grade team. He's pretty solid. And then we got a really good receiver. Also, he plays cornerback as well, which is Zay. We call him Zay Thomas.
Well, it sounds like, you've got a wealth of talent, which is not surprising considering the area that you're in. And there's some hunger, it sounds like, especially from what was the 6th grade team 2 years ago, obviously not being in the tournament last year, but being back. They're kind of coming back to defend their crown a little bit. So
most definitely.
Before we part ways here, how do you guys think that you're going to stack up? What are you most looking forward to from a competition standpoint at all 3 grade levels and 10U this year?
Well, for the most part, just being a part of FBU since my oldest son, since 4th grade, I kind of know that it's going to be real competitive. It's a lot of talent all across the nation, so we don't take nobody for granted. Because I've seen some people come in and actually run through everything, and then I've seen some teams that kind of snuck in there, but they was able to challenge and win it at the end. So it's a big challenge. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to put the best athletes that we can out there on the field, coach them up, get them prepared for the big tournament, and see what we can do. But let it be known that we coming to sweep the whole nation, all four levels, all four levels. So you better tell everybody to get ready because we coming.
He's coming from 10U, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. South Florida is back with a vengeance. They know that the competition is stacked, and they are trying to be the first team ever to win all four age groups in the special 10th anniversary of the FBU National Championship. Travis, truly appreciate the time, and hopefully we'll be seeing you very soon in the Paradise Coast.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
I'm here with the FBU team director down in the great state of Florida for Team Jacksonville, Claude Wright. Claude, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful, guys.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. Now, Claude, Team Jacksonville has been in the FBU National Championship tournament for quite some time. Obviously, you guys have a great history. How has this year been different building together your 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teams versus previous years?
Well, I think this year has been recruiting-wise, it's been pretty good. Even with COVID and all things, kind of slowed up some things, but at the same time, it's been good because of our success last year. You know, our 7th grade team made it to the final round and gave Seattle a great battle, and a lot of those kids are returning. So I think with their success, and also with 2 kids also making the 9th grade freshman All-American team, you know, I think that's drawing a lot of kids to want to participate. So I think we're going to do pretty good this year.
And that's a great gateway. I'm glad you brought that up about how you've got 2 9th graders that are slotted to play in the FBU Freshman All-American Bowl that'll take place that Monday, December 21st of championship week. It's really kind of the start, right? Have you seen that having those kids be in the Freshman Bowl? We found them early, that's almost increased some excitement and participation around Team Jacksonville?
Right, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think on our announcement, because we're announcing the kids that actually made the team on this upcoming Sunday. So we're going to have Tyrone Blunt as well as Jake to come out and kind of speak to the kids and kind of tell them what they could possibly accomplish, you know, through FBU.
You can
just as a start
right there. Yeah, bringing in the alumni, you know, finding the history of Team Jacksonville and continuing to grow with it. Certainly love to hear that about your program. Now, Claude, we talked about the 9th graders, you know, that have moved on, and you've got your 7th grade team that was down in championship week last year. Tell us a little bit about your experience at championship week last year. You know, did your families, your team, your program, did they enjoy Naples, Florida? What was your favorite part?
Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, the families really enjoyed it. A lot of the families got a chance to tour around and check the city out as a whole, because a lot of families had been to South Florida, but not Naples. So they got a chance to experience Naples, and they came back with great reviews saying it was a real nice, a wonderful place to have a national championship. So they're excited about returning this year. So, you know, I think that's all.
With the complex being further built, they'll have an even better experience if you guys are able to make it back down to the Paradise Coast. So, Claude, I'll ask that question now. What are the expectations for FBU Team Jacksonville this year? Is there a player or two, you know, that might be able to get you guys over the hump? Are you expecting to bring all 3 teams down? You know, what's it look like for you guys?
Okay, well, 8th grade team, as I said, it's a lot of kids that actually played on that 7th grade team that's returning, one being Rashawn Conway. He's an athlete. He was quarterback, receiver, as well as running back. But I think he's going to focus more on receiver this year because he got some more players around him this time. Last year, he kind of had to carry the load. We got Nico Wise, receiver. He's real awesome. He contributed big time against Tampa in the first round and helped them win that game. And then we also got Mr. Hayward, quarterback, that's actually returning. But he's in a competition right now. We got a few quarterbacks kind of trying to get his spot. So right now, those guys, not to mention, let me see, Mr. Joseph Soto, who's a linebacker. This kid's from Gamble Rogers Middle School, who's doing it up in St. Johns County, Florida, as well as playing some youth football in Jacksonville. So those 4 are the standouts, I think, on that. No, we got Mr. Amari. Let me get his name. Right. Amari plays with Oakleaf. Amari Thomas, defensive lineman. This kid's a killer. I saw him at one of the tryouts. He came to the second tryout yesterday. So he'll be a contributor on the 8th grade team as well.
Well, it sounds like you've built a really strong returning what was seventh grade team, now eighth grade team to get you guys over the hump. Looks like you guys are primed to make a deep run during the 10th anniversary of the FBU National Championship. So, Claude, we truly do appreciate you stopping by, giving us some of the ins and outs as it relates to Team Jacksonville. And hopefully in less than 2 months, I'll see you down in the Paradise Coast this December.
Absolutely. Thank you guys, man. And we're looking forward to being down there with maybe more than just that one eighth grade team. We may have a sleeper sixth grade team coming up.
Okay, we got a sleeper sixth grade team from the great state of Florida in Jacksonville. Claude, we appreciate your time. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thank you.
I'm here with Northwest Florida Team Director Anthony Hemingway. How you doing, Coach?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good this afternoon, Matt.
Look, you guys are obviously a little bit of a newer program, with this being your second year in the FBU National Championship. Tell us a little bit about what you learned in year one that's helped you prepare heading into this the second season for your program in the FBU National Championship.
Well, it was a huge learning experience for us, having a first year program, going to the Southeast bracket. I feel that's one of the toughest in the FBU National Championship. Of course, GFL is there, GMSA is there. We played a tough Mississippi team. The main things we learned was probably how to build our program as from the top to the bottom. As a team director, I learned a lot about how to assemble the right coaching staff and the right rosters. Our coaches kind of learned what the competition was. And ultimately, the kids, they love the experience, but this year we want a little bit more than the experience. A lot of our kids, they enjoyed traveling, having the whole camaraderie going at the hotel and getting out there playing with their friends. But once it became game day, it was a little bit of stage fright out there. You know, it was in front of those big lights, those different teams. It kind of hit them. Right when that ball got kicked off, it kind of hit them like, oh, man, I'm here. And they enjoyed it. And that's something this year we got to come in there and we got to understand, all right, we've already we can get rid of the stage fright this year. Let's go in there to kind of settle down and let's try to win it.
Well, I think you got obviously you got a year under your belt, and your location isn't doing you any favors having to play in what you said probably is considered to be the toughest bracket or region in the entire country for the FBU National Championship. That Southeast region is always difficult with mainstays like GFL and GMSA. They are elite programs, but no better way to get your feet wet in our tournament than by going to play the best. So sounds like you guys have made the adjustments and are ready to go for year two. Talk to us a little bit about what your programs are looking like at the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade level. You know, how do you project your teams to do this year? Are there any certain student athletes that we should have our eye on heading into this season?
Yeah, we do. So with our 6th grade team, we actually had a couple of 5th graders last year that got the experience. So we actually have returning players on our 6th grade team. So that's pretty good. We have our 6th grade coach, Sean Cunningham. He's from Cantonment, Florida. I'm excited about that team. I'm excited about that team because they get the opportunity to do this 3 times. And with a couple of returning 5th graders, they can kind of be leaders this year and lead that team. One of the guys from that team, I would say, be Gino Cunningham. He's a young guy. He's a skilled guy, speedster. Florida, we're in North Florida, but we still got the speed. I'm looking forward to that group, and we're assembling some guys out of that group from a couple counties out here, Pace, Florida, Pensacola, Navarre. So I'm kind of excited about that group. Our 7th grade team is going to be an all-star team compiled of a lot of kids. We got kids from Fort Walton, Baker, Panama City, Navarre, Pensacola. It's going to be a great team, and that team is what FBU is all about. We're really uniting a whole bunch of kids on that team. So I'm looking forward to the 7th grade team. I might put my coaching hat on and help out with the 7th grade team this year. I'm gonna see what's going on. That'll be.
There you go. Get back down to the sidelines a little bit. I like it, and I like what you said, Coach, there too about the true purpose of FBU right there is uniting kids from all different parts of wherever your team is located, from different counties, different backgrounds. That's truly the power of the FBU National Championship, and it sounds also like you're set up for some success here long term. With your 6th grade team, having some experienced players on that, and for the next 3 years, it sounds like you can really build up an extremely strong program in Northwest Florida. So, Coach,
Yes.
is there anything else, that our fans at home should expect from Northwest Florida in year 2 of their participation in the tournament?
I would say look out for our 8th grade team. Our 8th grade team, we got a lot of returning players from 7th grade. That was part of that group last year. That was their first time experience. They're a little hungry this year, and our goal is to get out of the bracket. I feel if we can get out of that bracket, Naples, it's a tough bracket. We can get out of there. We have a lot of guys on that team who went to Top Gun. We got a couple kids that went to the Top Gun camp out of that group. The Future Showcase. We got EJ Love, who's he's ranked 24th in the nation in track and field in the 200. So if he gets the ball, I'm not sure who's going to catch him. Different guys like with Darren Clarity, Diego Dukes, CJ Nettles. It's some guys that you guys will probably see, some athletes. I'm going to say 2 or 3 names you'll see for a long time in the FBU program on the 8th grade team.
Well, if your 8th grade team has been built with some student athletes from whether it be the Top Gun Showcase, it's also in Naples, as well as the Future Showcase that's down in Naples, you're going to have some talented student athletes that are loading up your roster. And if you can get out of the Southeast bracket, if you're able to squeeze out of there through those first 2 rounds, you can beat anybody in the country. That's the beauty of that bracket, is if you make it out of there, you're well positioned to be successful during championship week down in Naples, Florida. Coach, we truly do appreciate the time. We look forward to hopefully seeing you guys get through those first 2 rounds and make a stop by in year 2 down in the Paradise Coast for championship week. Coach, thank you for your time.
I appreciate you. Thank you, guys.
All right.
The Football University National Championship celebrates its 10th year anniversary with 96 teams of 3,500 student athletes across 48 states competing for glory at the new state-of-the-art Paradise Coast Sports Complex located in beautiful Naples, Florida. Join the ranks of alumni like James Cook, Sam Howell, Trevor Lawrence, and many more. Make a statement. Leave your mark. Live your legacy.